Hello there guys, my name is Jay Gimpy Dwarf and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. So, it's been a week since I got back from the Netherlands and I have decided to revisit a build that I tried to do so many months back and failed epically just because I built the ship way too big, and you know, the use of mods in there meant I had to use a lot of the mods on the ship, and that then made the game laggy. The game then became so much of a burden to play that it started to kick me out of the game. It froze, it crashed, it did everything it could to just not let me play it, and the sheer amount of lights that were involved on that ship were ridiculous. And I know that video got a lot of coverage, and I know a lot of people have been asking about it and asking the same questions over and over again. Is it done yet? No, it isn't. It still isn't, because that world I got rid of a long time ago. So I revisited the build. Now, if you don't know what that build was, it was of course the HeliCarrier, the Shield HeliCarrier. Now I decided to try and do that a long time ago, big aspirations and all that, and again it failed. So this is what I've decided to design instead. This is the Odin Carrier, and this looks pretty much the same as the HeliCarrier. Tweaked a few things, it's a lot smaller. Except it has its own name, and it has its own character, and it has its own use for me. So rather than making a HeliCarrier that is, you know, basically based around the whole of the Marvel Shield thing, I decided to make it something useful rather than making it a replica from a movie that doesn't exactly serve any purpose to me. So I looked at it and went, well, I've got the Mjolnir, but it'd be cool if I had another carrier. I don't know why, but I just figured it would be cool, and I had a few cool ideas how to use some blocks. So I did. So this is it. Now, this does really resemble the HeliCarrier, as it's got the 4 winglet things, and there's a lot of deck space on the top, in all fairness, but it does have 4 areas where you can actually load up in a pressurized area, such as crew members and stuff like that, and it's really, really cool. And I really like this design, and it's a nice size. It's a sensible size. 'Cause if you look underneath, it's not actually that chunky. It's quite slim in all fairness, and it does even have the bowl underneath that you can see through when you're inside the ship as a bit of a viewing area. But I think without further ado, we'll sort of take you on in the ship and just give you a few look-sees of what, you know, where I am with this, because it's still not finished, and it will definitely get finished at some point. So probably next week it'll probably be done. I'll probably have some fighters or some, you know, troop transports in here as well. If you have any good ideas for troop transports, drop them in the comment section below. But these are the hangars. Now, you have the first button here, which actually depressurizes the area. So you've got the Hangar 1 vent, and that gets depressurized when you press this. So that depressurizes. There'll still be air coming through because the other ones are producing air and all that gubbins. Hopefully not though. Oh, there we go. So what's actually happened there is, well, it had nowhere to put all the excess oxygen because the tanks are automatically full. But you can open up these bays and get in there using the retractable glass doors, which is really, really cool. So we're going to shut this if we can. Just close that up and put the pressure back on. And then what we'll do is we'll head over here. So we've got a lot of space on this deck, and it's very, very nice. I am going to try and kit it out with a few more guns and a bit more protection, but those will come at the end when I've fitted all the sort of crew compartments in and stuff. And these are some of the cannons we've got currently. We've got an anti-missile turret and an anti-fighter turret. I've got those types of turrets. Reason why is just purely down to what this thing will be attacked by. It'll most likely be attacked by a lot of missiles, in which that, you know, you've got the anti-missile turret, which is, I think, just a Gatling cannon, which shoots them out of the sky. And then you've also got the anti-fighter turret, so that's just like a rocket pod, and it really does some damage to fighters. And they look really, really cool, and they really do fit in with the build. And once I start adding more to the deck of this ship, well, of this vessel, then it'll start to really look the part. But for now, what we'll do is we will head inside. So again, most of these doors will probably depressurize and kick us away because I have no means of depressurizing them yet. I'm going to put some controls in hopefully to do that. Shouldn't be that hard. But down here we have a bit of a weird airlock. So you have the entrance on this side, and then you have an upstairs section here, in which this takes you round into a very dark room. Now this dark room will be a sort of control room for the, you know, for some things, maybe like the oxygen control room and stuff like that. and upstairs will be obviously the flight deck and everything. So what we shall do is we'll go down here where everything is light, and we'll come through here. So we got lots of plants around, nice sort of homely touches. I need to add a few more things into here to make these look a bit more buffed out. I've kind of added seats along here. I'll probably add like a coffee machine down here as well, just so you've got some nice homely features right there at your doorstep as you're walking through the corridor, rather than having to go to the kitchen area and things. But opening up these doors on the side, if you head down through this dark alleyway sort of thing, you go into the areas in which you've got, you know, you can park your ship. So it's a quite big area in all fairness to have a troop transport, but I've got some ideas, you know, utilising some other ideas I've seen around the workshop, and I'm hopefully going to bodge them together and it'll look really, really cool, and it'll be very, very functional. We have an area down here where your troops can store away important items, and they can, you know, get their tools ready, so guns, drills, grinders, all that gear. And then we just have a general viewing platform. I've tried to stick these in everywhere I can because these are so useful to the crew, so they can come out here and go, alright, we're going directly in front of us down on that beach area, you know, stuff like that. They can actually, you can actually like see what you're going to, where you're going to be going, or what you're going to be doing. Going through, we have the same sort of room again, replicated a little bit. Well, I say a little bit, perfectly replicated. Very light in here again, and we do have the door controls here, so if you do want to use them from here, you can. We'll come back through here. The other one is completely the same. There's two on the other side with doors separating them. And then we head up here and we get another door. Now I have tried to lock off the corridors as best I can because you want as many cut-off points as possible. So when the ship does get breached in certain areas, you can lock them down, and it just makes everything a lot safer. So we close that door up. And we come to this door, which again, this is kind of like a bit of a weird room, but you know, I put it in anyway. It just made a, you know, it just seemed quite nice and cozy in here. And then we open up, and we are greeted with a very long corridor. Now we open this first room, and we are greeted by the crew quarters. There are two. They are again mirrored either side, so we've got the same on this side as well. However, this one does seem to not have any oxygen, which that's why, because I've accidentally turned this one to depressurize and we want it to pressurize. There we go. So these rooms are very, very nicely done. I think I've got 6 beds either side, so that's 12 all in all. There will be more beds over in the control tower because I want the, you know, the main people being over there close to all their equipment, as much as I want the, you know, the fighters, the carriers, you know, the people who fly the ships to be here close to where they park their ship. So I really do like these rooms. They're very nicely done. There's a few homely features. We've got some plants in here and some chairs again. And we even have this lovely area where you can sit down and just see what's going on outside. Again, a bit exposed, but you know, it's beautiful. I like these. I really do. I really like these. Coming back through, we got some med bays here as well. There will hopefully be a med bay area up on the top deck, where it's kind of like a field hospital sort of thing. I'm still working on some ideas for that, but hopefully it shall come together. And then, of course, we have my favourite room on any ship, the toilet. So the toilet is fully pressurised all its own, so you know, you can live inside the toilet if that window were to be breached or whatnot. And we got a shower, we got some all this other stuff, and it's I like these. I love the toilet. Toilet's the most important place for me anyway. So we'll close that, and we do have light switches for everything, so we can turn the lights on and off. I can get onto this. So we have the option to turn the bedroom lights on and the toilet lights on and off. So there we go. Yeah, we'll close that back up now, and we'll close this one back up, and we'll head forwards. And again with the air intakes and things dotted around. I tried to conceal them as much as possible, but it's just impossible sometimes. And coming through here, we have the kitchen area. Now the kitchen area was a bit of a bugger to light, and as you can see, it's still a bit dark in here. We have like a kitchen area here with just, you know, your general sinks, cupboards and stuff. And then we have like a ping pong table in the middle, because I figured it made sense. You've got like a bit of entertainment going on while you're eating and enjoying your food. As well as more windows, because a ship like this really does need some windows so you can see what's going on outside, because everything looks so lovely from a carrier. So we'll close that. And then on the other side, we have something very important for vital operations. A briefing room. So this room holds desks. It holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 desks. So it doesn't actually house all of the people that would be sleeping in the beds. But there's plenty of chairs here, and the best part about it is you can actually sit on them, which is brilliant. I got some screens up at the front, so you can actually, you know, display things. The brief, I may actually type those up and put like a brief there. That'd be really, really nice. And again with the light switch. Yay! We'll go to the very end of the room now, which you do have some coffee machines for drinks. They're kind of separate from the canteen area, just because I wanted it not to be an all-in-one canteen. You know, I kind of like having the coffee machines out here. So you can just, you know, walk up here, grab a coffee, and just sit down and view from the very big viewing platform at the front. Now, of course, this means the ship won't be very good at ramming stuff, but it is only a carrier. And again, they'll probably just sit back and just let the ships do the damage. So that's the main deck. Now we got to head down to the other deck, which is the operations deck and the main control deck and things like that. So let's fly all the way down this end of the corridor, and we'll get to the weird airlock section. And to get there, we have to go up and through. It's kind of like a level of security to get to there, because you have to go up and through here, in through the dark room, and then there is a staircase situated over here which takes you down, and it will get lighter when you come down here, so I'll turn the light off. Now this is what is located down here. We have lots and lots of refineries with lots of modules on to make them more efficient and more productive, and these are absolute beasts and will be able to produce a lot for you, especially if you're making ships or grinding them up and things. We have 3 warp drives, so this is because carriers need to get to the battlefield as quick as possible, or, you know, on the outskirts of the battlefield as quickly as possible. And then we come up here, which the room isn't done yet, and we need to put some control desks in and stuff, but we have a lot of batteries here which are on charge, and those are just there for emergency backup power and things, for lighting and stuff. And then we have the reactor rooms. So we have two either side. Well, we have one either side. We got 3 of these large reactors, and then we've got some cargo here for storing of uranium and other items. And then at the very top of these, if I can get up to the very top, we have the oxygen storage and production facilities. Now these are the same either side, so think what is here and double it up to get a good number on what is actually in these, and just to prove it all the same. So we have a lot of power in this ship, and it doesn't get dented, in all fairness. It's really, really good in that respect. So we come through this door now, and we are greeted with the loveliest room that I really, really do like. And this room has the assemblers in for, of course, production of materials and parts for fixing ships and making new ships. And then we have a lovely high ceiling, and then we have this low section, which is mainly for sort of reconnaissance and stuff. So we're actually underneath the ship now. So you'd want to use this for viewing and spotting and stuff of other crafts, as well as for, you know, seeing what's happening on the surface of a planet if you are, say, sending in some dropships and stuff. That's really, really nice. I really like this idea of having this like lower section. Only problem with it is it does mean it's quite exposed, but this isn't a connecting room. It's literally its own room, so you have, you know, I'll have to make it a thing where it has to be sealed off at all times, just in case it does get breached. I still love this room. It's just so airy compared to everywhere else, and I love it. So all in all, that is pretty much everything. Now, just to let you know, there is no staircase heading up the other way, because of course that doesn't go to the control room, and there is only one staircase to get down into the depths of the ship. And it's, again, more for security than anything else. And I've still got to kit out all this, because the whole idea with this front section is so you can see what ships are taking off, what ships are ready to take off and things. So it's just for visual reference more than anything. And we'll come through here, drop down here, and get outside again, in which I'm going to depressurize everything, but screw it. Woo! That is it. This is the Odin Carrier, and again, I did say, very much like the HeliCarrier, if you like the design, and don't be afraid to tell me if you want me to tweak with it a little bit. I will take suggestions for tweaking, but I do want to keep this ship as original to my own idea as possible. But if you guys have enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed the build, then please wait for the build to go up on the workshop, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!